Hey, it's been 3 years, warrior parents. We just realized today that we are doing our first episode of our fourth season. And wow, what a surprise. We didn't see that coming, and yet here we are.
How did that happen? How did that happen? It's interesting. Marci and I have just been having this conversation about the continuance of Warrior Parent podcast. How does that look for the future? Or does it even continue at all? So anyway, we're staying open about things. World's changing. We got to move with it.
Yeah,
So,
this is what parallels with what's going on right now. And the constant question is like, what the fuck is going on? So staying present, looking around, figuring out what's right for us, what's right for you. You know, we're all doing that work every day. So listen up today. I think we had some cool things to talk about. And as always, we'd love to hear from you all. So reach out if you'd like to share.
yeah.
Thanks, warriors.
Thanks, Warriors.
The world is a lot right now. Are you feeling it? We all need new tools to help us walk through the chaos with grace, ease, and compassion for each other and for ourselves. In this podcast, you'll hear from parents, educators, and other experts who can bring perspective to the monumental job of parenting. It's time to level up and be warriors for our kids and our communities. This is the Warrior Parent Podcast. I'm Marci Mitchell.
And I'm Debbie DiManno. As parents, we understand that it really does take a village to raise our kids. We hope that this podcast serves to create and support that community for you. Join us as we discuss and practice our core tools, which are proven mind-body techniques that can be used by anyone to improve your life on a daily basis.
Welcome back to the Warrior Parent Podcast. I am so excited to welcome you today because as of this morning, our virtual assistant, Justin, who we're so grateful for, does so much for us, but she reminded us that today was the first episode of our fourth season, and neither one of us really saw that coming. So yay us, yay Warrior Parent Podcast, yay you for listening, for sticking with us, and damn, who knew this is where we'd be?
Who knew? Like, where did the time go, right? Like, I know. Well, let's just be honest. Marci and I are feeling a little tired.
Anyone with us? Anyone else feeling that right now?
And I think it's not because we're going on 4 years of warrior parenting. I think that part, if anything, has charged us and has given us life and given us meaning and has given us a voice, which we so desperately need right now. And so just to be straight up, we've been contemplating, do we take a break from the Warrior Parent podcast? Do we keep going? What do? We have lots of other things that are shifting in our lives and loosening up as usual. And Marci and I always agree to stay open, like whatever's showing up.
Number one rule, stay open. Don't try to force things. Don't try to control it. Stay open to what's coming in.
Yeah. So, and kind of this cool thing that has come up is, Marci and I are constantly manifesting big things for ourselves and for our families and for the planet. And we want to help and inspire people. And our husbands have kind of become pals, and they are taking on a venture together, and hopefully they're going to save the fucking world. So Marci and I are helping out with that little venture right now, and that may require a fair amount of our time. So we're just, as we said, staying open. We know that for at least the month of August, we're going to continue the podcast, and then we'll see what happens after that. So the podcast is sort of in the open territory right now, let's just say. So we'd love to hear from you if you guys have been enjoying it.
For real.
If you feel like this is worth our time and your time and all of that, we'd love to keep doing it. So we're just going to see what happens in August, and we'll keep you posted.
Yes. I mean, that's really the name of the game, is staying open to what's happening, especially right now. Y'all, so much is unfolding and the energy is crazy, and the what's going on the planet is crazy. And just over and over and over, we're hearing stories from people who are suffering, who are struggling, who are just literally in it right now. And so that really is why we started. And, Warrior Parent was meant to be speaking to that warrior parent nature of every parent who will do whatever it takes to help their kid, but doesn't always know how to do it. And as the world gets crazier and gets more difficult, we become the centering force for our children, of course, starting with us, because that's the other piece. And one of our guests recently said that, you don't fill your cup so that you can fill other people's cups. You fill your cup because you deserve a full cup. We deserve that, like moms, women, everybody. You deserve a full cup. And so part of that is just getting centered and taking care of yourself so that you are showing up as your best self and that you're living your best life. But that will spill over to your children, to your family, to your spouses,
Yeah.
your mates, all the people in your life and around you. And that's what the world needs. It needs more calming, it needs more loving, it needs more compassion and grace and acceptance and joy and equity and attention to being intentional. What do
Mm.
we want? What are our values? Not what makes money, not how do we survive, not how can we get through this, but how can we thrive as human beings? And what does that look like? And starting with thriving as yourself.
Yeah.
So this is definitely important stuff. And,
Yeah.
I know it's helped me. I hope it's helping you.
Yeah. I looked up, I was doing a little AI on the discussion for today, and I came across the warrior definition, and this is how AI sort of described it. But it says the warrior does not fight the storm, they navigate it. Like that, just that one simple thing, right? So I
Mhm.
feel like whether it's parenting or whatever the hell is going on, cancer, like whatever's showing up in your life right now, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, am I really fighting all those things? Or
Yeah.
am I just finding a way to navigate through it, right? And that
Yes.
is the thing that we talk about all the time. It comes up in almost every thread of every conversation is resilience,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
we talk about always how do we teach resiliency? Well, number one would be modeling, right? And number two is walking through this very difficult time and not going into panic mode, as Marci
Hmm.
often suggests.
Remembering to breathe, remembering to take care of yourself and to stay as grounded and connected and centered, meaning at your center, at this place where you're breathing and you're looking around and you're noticing what you're noticing. And that's the place where you are empowered.
Yeah.
And you mentioned cancer, and we did 2 episodes kind of talking about your situation. I do feel like you have some news that hopefully you're
Oh,
comfortable sharing today so that our
I
listeners
do.
know what's going
Speaking of resilience,
on.
yeah, so I had my surgery, and the surgeon told me that the margins are clear and my lymph nodes are clear. And so I said, "Hey, does that mean I'm cancer free?" She's like, "Well, yeah, there could be a cell floating around there or whatever, but so you have to. So I have a month of radiation coming up. Like it's not over by any stretch of the
Yeah.
imagination, but it has certainly has taught me some navigation skills, right?
Yeah.
And not just
Yeah.
fighting my way through it because everyone's like, oh, fuck cancer, fight cancer. Like, okay, well, I guess we want to call it that, but maybe it's more navigating this thing because, I thought I knew what it was about but I kind of didn't because I haven't walked in these cancer
Yeah.
shoes before.
Yeah, because you've been on the other side for many years in diagnosing and on the medical side, helping, with that, and now, having that experience firsthand
Yeah.
in the midst of already so much more. Like, I don't know, we sometimes are like, I'm going to deal with that as soon as I get past this, or that's just not how life goes, you just get your ass kicked sometimes,
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
nice if it was just one at a time? Just one thing
Yeah.
at a time.
Like,
Right?
yeah, for all of us out there who are waiting until the perfect time, like you've heard this before, the perfect time is now. Like the stuff's there's just always stuff. And that's also like what is, like, we talk about what is peace or what is being peaceful. Anyone can be peaceful on a beach in the sunset in a beautiful spot in Hawaii or whatever, but that's not really what finding peace, what resilience
Right.
and what showing up is about. That's about finding it in the midst of all the chaos, all this shit. And, one of my gurus, Reverend Sherry Wynn, has always said, you meditate with what's out there. So don't try to make it all quiet. If the kids are screaming, or, well, that sounds bad. If there's kids screaming, you should check on that. Like, don't just
Yeah.
meditate. But if it's normal
Mhm.
kid shit and they're just having a good time and they're playing whatever, pirates or whatever, or if there's noise or the cat or the laundry or whatever, you still got to come to your center. It's not about I'll be peaceful when. It's about
Right.
this is my life right now. This is what's happening, and I'm choosing peace right now. And that's a skill, but it is a skill that will
Mhm.
serve you well as you
Yeah.
start to step into it more.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, it kind of sounds trite, but we talk about trusting the process, right? Like everyone's
Hmm.
gurus are in trusting the process. And
Right.
but what does really that mean, right? And
Hmm.
so as it's just defined or described, it's trusting the process is really, it's those minute things that are happening all day and being
Yeah.
aware of them. Trusting the process doesn't mean like, oh, I'm all going to get to this goal at the end of this journey, right? It's no, like I woke up, had a shitty day, got a diagnosis, whatever the X is for the conversation, but then move along from there. Like don't stay stuck there.
Yeah.
Trust like whatever's going on with this. I mean, certainly when I got that phone call, I could have just gone into deep dive, and I kind of did for a little while, but
You're entitled.
yeah, with a little help from my friends, slowly but surely just making your way through it, right? And I think that is more trusting the process than, I think as parents or anyone for that matter, we always, for me anyway, it's about this long-term thing that we're trying to achieve or whatever. And for me, I thought, well, trust the process because I'm trying to get through the goal to the big thing at the end. But I think trusting the process really, as I understand it, is really just the minute things that are happening all day long and
Yeah.
trust that those things are happening for some purpose, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were trying to tell
Yeah.
me. But in the moment, it didn't feel like that, right?
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
pretty
And I
hard.
always want to say, when we're going through the shit or whenever, every single day, we get to feel the feelings. We get to go through the shit. We get to fall down flat on our face in the arena, as Brene Brown
Renee
talks
says,
about in
yeah.
her book, Rising Strong, which is where all of this started for us, is really where we got to really know each other and be friends, and was in this class. But the idea that you're out there, you're fighting the good fight. You're doing what you're doing, and some days you are flat on your face all day in the dust and the mud and the blood, and some days you're up going strong, but you allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, and
Mhm.
when you're ready, you get back up. But that doesn't mean you have to stay up and be like, this is great, I'm having
Yeah.
such a good time, as you're bleeding, and
Yeah.
you can be like, this sucks, man, this sucks, or this is so
Yeah.
hard. And let me take a breath. Let me lay down for a minute. Today, I have this is July. July, for whatever reason, has been just a tough month. And it's a lot of stuff. Part of it is, my spiritual center. We talk about the Imani Center all the time, but this was our last month in our space. We came to this decision to move. We had such an interesting process because we were having such a struggle with our landlords that giving us a huge raise in our rent, just kind of out of nowhere with our new lease, very substantial, like over 20% raise. And we are a nonprofit, and trying to figure it out, trying to work with them, knowing that, oh, we can just talk this through and figure it out. We've been here 7 years. We're great tenants, blah, blah, blah. Finally realizing this doesn't feel good. This is not where we belong. And then a person literally drove their car through the space, which, I mean,
And
we were
destroyed the
already like,
place.
yeah, we were
Yes.
like, we need to leave. And there were all these interesting conversations about what do we keep? What do we store? Do we like this? And then it all just got pretty much destroyed, and it's going to be replaced with money from insurance. So that's a blessing in disguise. And, we did have somebody who was injured, but she's resilient as fuck and she's okay. It could have been so much worse. Nobody was stayed in the hospital or anything like that. There was, minor injuries, but in any case, getting out of the space, going through all the stuff because we've accumulated a lot of stuff and we're trying to figure out where do we store it, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of this is kind of a lot of people are helping, but a lot of times I'll be the one who's kind of masterminding it, if you will, figuring out what we're doing and helping to make sure it's getting done. And so it's been a lot. It's been exhausting. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm 60 years old. I am too old for this shit. I've been saying that a lot. And yet, it's fine. It's good. I'm good at moving. That is one of my
You are good
skills
at it.
is
Yes, you are.
moving. Yeah. So anyway, my point is that today, so Saturday kind of felt like a hump in this. Like we did a lot of the clearing out. We got a few more days to be out. And today, and then we had service yesterday, and Sundays are always wonderful. I always enjoy that. We're recording this on a Monday, but then I just have to crash out. I just have to gel. I was telling Debbie I watched Tootsie, which was fun, and just laid on the couch and soaked in my pool and whatever to just rejuvenate. And then today got up and moved boxes in the morning again. But then I was like, I need to get back to, there's this spot I have up on the way up to Tahoe. That's a little spot along the river where I can go and do a cold plunge in the rocks in the river and just hang out. And it's pretty easy. Like I just drive right down. I was there a half an hour, but it just changed my day around. So taking a moment to do that and then stopping at a really cute little organic kind of restaurant for a sandwich outside to just, just take care of myself
Mm,
before coming back down the hill to do the
right.
podcast and finish moving that space.
Yeah.
But it just makes a huge difference. And it's part of that taking care of yourself.
I
And it
think
just matters.
I think the other thing you reminded me of, so when things are chaotic and crazy as they have been, for me, it is the routine that is an anchor for me. And I think that has been an anchor for my kids too. Like there are
Mm,
these things that, I do every day. So it's me up, walking the dog or walking myself right now or whatever it
mm,
is. Those things, the evening rituals, like all
yeah,
of those things, finding some meditation. I know my husband was
yeah.
just kind of going through it, and we just had a weekend. We're like, what are your routines? What have you been doing? None of them. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Let's start there. Let's start
Surprise.
there.
Yeah,
Yes, right.
yeah,
And we'd be surprised how quickly we fall out of our routines.
yeah,
For adults, that's super important, but imagine what that does for kids, right? Because
yeah.
that,
Hey, we just wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about something very exciting that Debbie and I and our team have been working on for literally years. And that is our Core Tools app, which is now available at the Google Play Store and at the Apple Store. And you can sign up for it now and you will get access to all the tools we've been talking about on the podcast.
and if you're an early adopter of Core Tools, you can get a VIP price for $49 for a lifetime. That's right.
Lifetime.
That's
Buy
right.
it once and we'll keep
Lifetime.
updating it too.
Yes, yes. So we're super excited about this. Go to Apple Store, go to Google Play, and purchase it now.
Core Tools, COUR, capital TOOLS.
Go get it. Predictability, the family
Yeah,
dinner, like whatever it is
yeah,
that you're doing with your family, it kills whatever anxiousness is in the house, right?
yeah,
Because, oh, well, now we're doing this, and then I go to bed, and then my
yeah.
mom reads me a book or whatever.
Yes, it's
Um,
safe.
right?
It feels safe. It's comfortable. Yeah, and it is
Yeah,
really important. I'm
yeah.
glad you brought that up because I don't in my midlife and now kind of entering my older years, I have had less routine and I kind of like that because I like, there's one thing about the army. I hated that getting up so early and the have tos. All the things have to be like this, right? So
Yeah.
that's the army. And then I had kids. And so that's different, but it's still like someone else is controlling your day. Like my son was an early riser. So when he was up, I had to be up and, all of that. And so through the day and then school and blah, and they need to be here and they need that. And,
Mm.
when my kids kind of were adults and doing their own thing, then I was in a place, and I've worked different jobs, but I one thing I was like, I want flexibility. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I want to get up at my own time. I'm happy to work. I want to work, but I don't want to be on someone else's schedule. And so I've
Hmm.
gotten pretty loosey goosey the last few years about
Hmm.
what, like, day to day, what am I going to do? And there's a lot that I love about that. That's very loose and free forming. But what's missing a lot of times is exactly what you're talking about, those routines that align with my self-care. Like, what am I eating? Am I exercising? I haven't been doing a good job of that because there's not always time. My day starts and I just kind of go with it. And a
Yeah.
lot of times it's take care of this, take care of that, take care of this. But I am kind of committing. That was wishy-washy. I'm kind of committing. I'm committing now.
That's an
I'm
oxymoron right there. Yes.
yeah, I'm kind of going to commit to doing, just making a few changes. And one of the things that I keep saying, there's two things that I started yesterday. So here I am on day two. Woohoo! But
Yeah.
one thing is that eating earlier, so not going to bed on a full stomach. And it's not a
Mhm.
weight loss thing. It's about how all the science shows that your body at night, that's when it's repairing. That's when it's repairing cells. It's
Mhm.
doing all the good stuff for your body. But if you eat a big meal, then your body is digesting instead of repairing. And I have a
Yep.
habit of, I mean, I don't eat really late, but I often eat, I go to bed early. That's probably the problem. So I might eat at 7 or 8 and then go to bed by 9. Often when I'm in bed, I'll be like, oh, I'm full. And it's just not comfortable. So I don't sleep
Right.
as well, which you won't. You won't sleep as well on a full stomach. And then your body's not doing what it needs to do. So 3 to 5 hours before you go to bed, the recommendation is to stop eating and
Mm.
not snack either. And I am a nighttime snacker. So last night I
I think
ate
it's an
dinner.
Italian thing. My husband
Oh
has the
my
same
God,
problem.
I'm right there. Michael and I could have a good time with a bag of chips and some ice
Yeah.
cream and
Send Debbie to bed at 8:30 and
yeah.
then let's
Except that I can't stay up too much later either. I know Michael's not a late person either, but so I ate at 5, and Herschel and I did this together. We both my son were like, we're going to eat at 5, and then and then not snack afterwards. He's not as much a snacker as I am, so ate at 5, didn't have any, didn't snack at all after that, and then went to bed around 9:30, and I slept pretty well last night. And then the other piece is that walking after a meal, the 10-minute
Yes.
walk. And this one doctor I was listening to was saying within 60 seconds of your last bite, you up and you take a 10-minute walk. And a 10
Mhm.
minute walk is nothing, right? Like
Yeah.
that's very fast. So it's like the kind of thing you're like, yeah, I can do that. So last night, now here was the crux for me, is that it's hot as hell here where we live right now. So I ate at 5. So I'm walking at about 5:30, and I was like, damn, it's hot out here, but it's fine. It's one of those things. I got to eat early, and if I'm going to do the walk, it was actually very nice. And then I just went in the pool when I got back and cooled down
Yeah.
again. So those are two of my new things that I'm committing to, that I'm going to try to take better
There
care
you
of
go.
this body so that I can have less pain, so that I can just feel better,
Yeah.
and just really keep being a strong, powerful woman as I'm moving through the next several decades. Because I got good genes in my family. My
Yes, you
mom,
do.
my grandma, they're like, we're looking at my mom's probably gonna live to be 100. My grandmother was mid 90s. My mom's much healthier, and so I got to take care of my earth suit, my body
Yeah.
suit, so
Yeah.
that
I
she's
think I
strong.
think the hardest thing for so many people right now, well, I could go off on that and I won't do my food rant right now on this one, but is the emotional protection, right? I feel like we have to protect our emotional selves right now.
Mm,
Like between the social media and the
yes.
TV and the whatever
Yeah.
noise you can find at your local grocery store, people fighting, like whatever's going on, like
Hmm.
it's too much. Like it's too much. And I have
Yeah.
really, because the social media thing, we're doing because we have to do that because that's part of what we do. But then it becomes like, oh, like I'll just scroll a few more and a few more and a few
Yeah.
more. Next thing you know, an hour's gone by and I just like I'm really having to be intentional about that. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's enough. Go outside,
Yes.
And now I'm doing like the late night outside thing. Like I'm out with my plants and checking out my
Nice.
and
Yes.
like doing that right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a
Um,
funny thing about watching Tootsie. I'm not sure what year that was. 80, 82 or something. Guess what, folks? There's no cell phones. When you watch these older movies and you see
yes.
people out living like, there's none of this. It's so
No.
crazy how any movie now, or not even movie, just the world, when you go out, like, just be mindful of how many people are just looking down at their phones. And it's not a judgment thing because I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it too all the
Yeah.
time. Let's all kind of be like, what is this? Because we know there are very nefarious forces that created these algorithms to suck us in there and is not
Yeah.
for our good, it's for their
No.
profit. So we need
Yeah.
to take some control back around that. And it doesn't mean throw your phone out, but it means like let's wake up and be mindful about how we are showing up in the world and how we're being manipulated by corporations and capitalist forces that are just basically trying to grab our attention and then monetize it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
get pissed
And
about that.
yeah, that's a whole nother we go down that
Uh-huh.
road too, which we have. And I think, and then if, especially if you have kids and you're doing this, that's what you're modeling, right? So you can't be
Oh,
doing this
right.
and then tell your kids get off your phone when you need to, go right back to the
Oh
phone.
boy.
I think about this. I can't remember if I've told you this story before, but talk about protecting your kids. Like I used to innocently, like I always watched the 6 o'clock news. I think it was just like a Midwestern thing. I had like 3 channels. And so
Yes.
I would always watch Walter Cronkite and CBS News.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always kind of been my thing. The news
Tom
is,
Brokaw. Yeah.
yeah, news ain't
Yeah.
what it used to be. But
No.
uh, Tori was little. I was divorced from her dad, and I had the 6 o'clock news going, and Tori was watching the news, and there was a plane crash. It must have been some big one. I don't remember. This was quite a while ago. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, it was so traumatic for her. And
Mm.
I flew for a living. Like I flew
Oh,
every week.
right.
So
Yes.
all of a sudden she starts getting this anxiety about my flying. And now
Mm.
she's freaking out every time I get on a flight. And, we would have to talk her off the ledge. And then I find these little notes that she would write to me and put them in my suitcase when I traveled. I mean, it was a lot for her. And she kind of
Mm.
reminded me of this anxiety period that she had in her life. But just something as simple as having the news on, right, can
Yeah.
just affect kids. I think we all just need to be mindful about whatever noise is going on, right? Maybe it's
Yeah.
just you're caught up in your head and you got noise up there and you're not being present for your family because you got something else on your mind. Or go tap out and say, hey, mom's going to go take a break. She's going to go lay down for 20 minutes, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and clear your brain, right? But
Yeah.
man, it's a full-time job. It's
Yeah.
just grounding out every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because the world the world may not be the right society, aspects of society want you to be plugged in and consuming the stuff, whatever it is, the food, the programming, because the message that's going to keep you feeling too fat, not good enough, needing to buy or do things, consume, consume, consume. And that is not the truth. You don't need all of that. We need to breathe. We need to know we're enough. We need to, like you say, turn off and tap into the truth of who we are. And that's something we can do, but we have to be mindful enough to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, speaking of that, as I said, I went out to the river today. While I was there, knowing we were doing the podcast today, I decided to just record a video, a meditation video for you. And so I just had my camera going, the flowing water, and just kind of, it wasn't specifically meditation, but it was more of an awareness and a focusing kind of video. So we're going to share that with you, kind of close out with that today. Hopefully it will be something that can help to ground you and remind you that you're worthy of rest and joy and compassion and community and connection and all the good stuff in your life, and that a reminder to take it, to fill your cup.
More of that. All right,
More of
Marcy,
that. Thanks for
take us
listening,
into that.
everyone.
Yeah,
Stay
we're
tuned
gonna.
for that meditation.
Yep. And we're going to keep
And
you posted on
yeah,
that.
and we've got some great people coming up that we'll be talking to in the next month, and then we'll, like everything else, keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Thanks, warriors.
Thank you.
Breathe in. Release. Receive that air intentionally into your lungs, into your belly. Let it flow in as and through you. In and out. Giving your body the oxygen that it needs. And releasing that which you no longer need. As you breathe, choose to be present in this divine instant, in this moment that will never be again. The only place where you are truly at choice for what is happening in your life and what you are choosing to do. You can't change the past. You can plan for the future, but you can't reach out and affect it in the future. You can only act in the now, in the present. So right now, choose to be present, choose to be awake, choose to be aware. Find some gratitude for that which is feeding you, for that which is good and right and uplifting in your life. And if you really want to do some work, find some gratitude for that which sucks right now. Yeah, that's the work. And there's plenty to focus on, but can you shift it? Can you shift your perception to knowing that something better is unfolding right now? Perhaps as a result of the shit that you are walking through, drudging through. If that's too much, that's okay too. Just breathe. Each and every day, we do the best we can. Each and every moment, we do the best we can. And one thing that is never, ever helpful is the judgment and the shame. Somewhere in the past, we got the idea that we had to judge, we had to shame ourselves so we do better. But even research shows there is no benefit to shame. It is all negative. And the judgment, yeah, leave it for the folks in the black robes and hope that they're doing a good job. But for yourself, just be aware, be awake, pay attention. Do your best. Treat yourself and others with kindness, compassion. Look for what's yours to do in this moment and in the next. Forgive the past. Let go of the things that have hurt you. Breathe. And set intentions for this moment and what's next. How do you want to show up? What do you want to see more of? What do you want to release? You have so much more power than you realize over that which you have power over. No, you can't change all the outside things in the world, but you have absolute dominion over your perception, your choices, your way of looking at the world, way of receiving that which is coming in, way of choosing that which you want, way of releasing that which you do not want. It's not easy. It might sound simple, but it is not easy. But it is good. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And it makes a difference. And you make a difference because you're showing up as your best self. What else is there? Like I said, you can't change others. You can't change the outside situation. But you can make a choice about how you will show up today. Today I made a choice to drive up the mountain a little and stop at one of my favorite water spots where the water is flowing and it's cool and it's soothing and it's calming and it's refreshing. And I love this little detour that it takes. It flows around here to give me a space to get in there, up to my neck, no matter how cold the water is, and just let it calm me. Sometimes I don't make it up here, and maybe I'm just choosing to take a breath in a moment, or let something go, or let someone else go, or forgive, or feel some gratitude. We're all just doing the best we can, friends. You are too. So give yourself a break. Take care of yourself. Really take care of yourself. What do you need today? Take it. Accept it. Receive it. Find a way to give that to yourself because you absolutely fucking deserve it. Breathe. Today I am knowing peace and ease and gratitude and a full cup for you. It's okay to fill your cup. Not just so that you can fill others, but because you deserve a full cup. You really do. Sending you love and peace. Be part of something better on the planet. However that's yours to do. Just do that. Namaste, friends. Thanks for listening to the Warrior Parent Podcast, which is a production of our nonprofit, Cour Experience, who also creates and distributes Cour tools. You can find us at courexperience.org. Make sure you join us next week for another informative conversation to help you and your family show up mindfully, purposefully, and joyfully with each other and in your community.
Our Cour Tools platform consists of a number of proven tools and techniques that are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, and overwhelm in spite of what's going on in your world. We want to thank Samuel Hale, LLC, for sponsoring this podcast. Technical and marketing support comes from Inspire Your Brand. Our podcast editor is Justin Deeden. Opinions expressed by guests do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts, the producers, or the financial supporters. I'm Debbie DiManno.
And I'm Marci Mitchell. Thanks for listening. If you resonate with the idea of creating a community to help support kids and families, won't you join us by following the podcast and sharing this episode? You can even write a review. It truly does take a village, and we appreciate you.